Hi everyone, I'm Finn Goddard of finngoddard.com. I'm so excited to share with you all. I've been on such an incredible journey and now I'm on a mission, as many of you know, and thank you for joining me. I have just returned from magical Glastonbury in the beautiful county of Somerset in the southwest of England, and I had the most incredible time with Tamara Oviatt, who's an amazing being and an incredible teacher and awesome person, and we had so much fun. And I arrived and in Bristol Airport from Edinburgh, where I live, and I had hired a car, and I had been told this is the kind of car I'm going to get in. It was a small car and medium-sized car. And when I went to pick it up, it's like this humongous estate, like this white chariot. And I thought, how appropriate, of course, because Tamara and I are driving around. The universe has given us a white chariot. And I actually learned to drive that car from Bristol Airport all the way down to Glastonbury. And the roads are so narrow and tiny. And I was so grateful that I mastered how to drive this massive vehicle within a few minutes. And it's really interesting. If a little tip, if you're ever feeling a little bit nervous about driving, just tune into the car and say, right, I'm learning to drive you as I drive you. And it comes really, really, really quickly. Apart from the sat nav, which was in German. I don't know German. I wish my daughter was there because she speaks German. Anyway, I arrived in Glastonbury and it was so awesome to connect with Tamara. And I went to bed, and about 3 o'clock in the morning, boom, this massive thunder and lightning and rain that was so tremendous was like belting down onto the roof of the house where we were staying. And we got up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and sat and chatted, and like, wow, the energy. And there was no rain forecast for that evening, but it came. Yes, of course, when two powerful beings, and many powerful beings are around, we're all powerful. But it was just so fascinating that we happened to be there together. I just thought it was really, really, really funny, but beautiful as well. And we visited the following day. We went to Avebury. Oh my God, Avebury is so incredible. It's where the heart chakra of Mother Earth runs through, and the stones, each one has its own incredible, unique personality, energy. And it was funny because we were walking back, because we walked all around Avebury, and as we were coming back, and it's funny because I get emotional, it's very interesting. There were these 3 trees together, and there were more trees at the back. And I was walking through the tree, and suddenly this branch came down. It's like, no, we don't want you to go. So I went and I hugged the trees, and I felt really emotional. They're like, please stay, please don't go. And it was really beautiful. And I felt that, we had a really strong and incredible connection. And they gave me some really beautiful energies along with all the wonderful stones. And soon after that, we went to the wonderful, where did we go? Oh my gosh, we did so much. We went to an incredible crop circle next to the White Horse. And it was really funny because the 4 of us were driving. We're like, where would this crop circle be? And I said, well, let's go to the White Horse. And we pulled in to like a little kind of like a little lay-by. And we went to turn around, and there in front of us is the White Horse. And we drove, and everything was so synchronistic and amazing. And we got to the crop circle, and the energy there was phenomenal. And I could have laid down and sat there for hours and hours and hours. And we went for dinner afterwards, and we're buzzing with the energy. It was so strong and powerful. And that evening we went back, and we left the house at like 10 o'clock in the morning. We didn't get home till after 9, nearly 10 o'clock. And the following day, Tamara and I, we went to Glastonbury Abbey, which is so beautiful. And I had lots of really incredible connections and visions and energies that were, really, really, really coming through. And I had a really lovely connection with Lord Metatron. Archangel Michael was with me the whole time, and Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. And I lay on the ley lines where Mother Mary and Michael, Archangel Michael, come through. And it was really interesting. I was given the prosperity consciousness core energy, and I ran that prosperity consciousness, and it was so expansive. And what I learned from my time there, and also in the first crop circle we visited, is that we carry the energy of all that is sacred, of all that is wonderful and all that is kind. So the places that we go to, which are very sacred, we don't actually take the energy away. We actually carry the energy. And by carrying the energy, we amplify the energy too. So the energy grows and evolves and creates and co-creates, and which is so exciting. And the following day, we went to St. Abbas, where the white man with the wonderful phallus, the god of and representation of fertility. And there was a wonderful crop circle there called the Vesicus Piscis, which, very interestingly, when I was at Avebury, I was guided to go into a shop. And I went into the shop and I kept hearing, come on, come back here, come back here, come back here. And I went back and I saw these deck of cards, and I kept hearing the tour was calling me, like, Finn, you got to go, come, please come to the tour. And I found these cards and I was almost blown away. See these cards with the tour on top, and see that wonderful portal there, which is actually part of our connection with us. Excuse me, I'll put this in front of my face so you can see it properly. And the Vesicus Piscis, the shape of the Vesicus Piscis is actually the outline of the shape of this portal. So I was like, wow. And we chose some cards as we got to the crop circle, and the energy was really, really, really beautiful there. And the energies coming through are about the love of humanity, the power and the creation of humanity. And we are what we create. We create everything on the outside. So it's time for all of us to step up and to stand up and to step out of the fear. And, I have been on such a journey where, I was in fear and I was afraid to step up and to stand up, with core expansion, which is a phenomenal energy that goes into the core of you and the core of your energies and the core of all that gunky limits and fears, and clears them, because it's so expansive, there's no more space for it. And that's what I kept getting. Expand your core, expand your core. And what I would guide all of you to do is to expand your core. And if you do need support doing that, please get in touch with me. I am celebrating because I'm going to Eden on the 7th through to the 13th of June, and I will not be available via email or for any online or distance sessions. So to support you at this time, because there's so many incredible things happening, and I know there's a lot of unease, and like the balance and the harmony is a little bit fluttering about at the moment for many of you. And to celebrate the launch of my new website and my rebranding to Finn Goddard. And my new website is www.finngoddard.com. You can pop over and say hello. However, it's not complete yet. It's still a work in progress, but it's all good. You can see it from its birth to its creation. And I am offering for a time-limited period only a 90-minute sacred healing session with me for £90 instead of a 60-minute session for £90. And this offer is only open from today, the 1st of June, through to tomorrow, the 2nd of June at 2300 hours, 11 p.m. GMT. So if you're interested in really shifting in this magnificent time, and I have lots of really wonderful energies to share and channel and co-create with you, I'd love you to join me and to set up a session with me. When you book, you don't need to book the session on that very day. I do have availability tomorrow, Friday. I also have availability for sessions on Monday and Tuesday. Spaces are being filled up very, very quickly prior to my travels again. And I would love you to connect. So if you go onto my website, and I will leave the instructions with the email that I'm going to send out. and also on YouTube, so that you can connect with me. And I will do all sessions. If you'd like it recorded, I can do it via Zoom or on Skype, which will be unrecorded, or FaceTime. Wishing you a fantastic day. Oh, before I go, I'm going to choose you a card. Oh my gosh. How could I forget? I'm not forgetting. So there's a card for everyone. You are not alone in the universe. How beautiful is that? We are all part of one creation. Look at this gorgeous energy. You have beautiful angels. You have beautiful light. Here we go. Isn't that gorgeous? And I'm going to read for you. It's card number 9. I love the number 9. It is so beautiful. Adapt to things outside your comfort zone and know we live in a diversified multiverse. So we live in this incredible, expansive universe where everything is ever evolving and ever changing. This will keep fear at bay, and you will be ready to interact with what is unfamiliar and evolutionary. On July 12th, 1984, 3 Russian cosmonauts saw a brilliant orange cloud surrounding their space station, Salyut 7. What we saw were 7 giant figures in the form of humans, but with wings and mist-like halos, as in the classic depiction of angels. Cosmonaut Vladimir Solovyov, they had peaceful expressions and beatific smiles while hovering outside the space station in the dark vacuum of space. The explorers watched the space angels in awe for about 10 minutes. They later described them as being 80 feet high with a wingspan of a 747 jet. After 155 days in space, ground control thought the 3 must be suffering from space fatigue. They decided to send up 3 more cosmonauts to join them, including Svetlana Savitskaya, the first woman to perform a spacewalk. 11 days later, they were on board the space station, and the humanoid angels returned to the astonishment of the 3 new crew members. They were glowing, and we were truly overwhelmed. There was a great orange light, and through it we could see the figures of 7 angels. They were smiling as though they shared a glorious secret, but within a few minutes they were gone, and we never saw them again. So those wonderful energies and those angels are always with us, and always know that you can ask for help. And if you ask the right question, this is what I learned. Ask the right question and tune into which questions to ask to get your truth and to get the answers on the steps for you to take. And know that you're always on the right path, even though it may not feel like it. We are amazing and special beings. So I would love to work with you and to support you on your magnificent mission on this planet and this evolutionary time on Earth. Feel free to connect with me via www.fingoddard.com. Wishing you a beautiful day. Namaste. Much love to you all. And thank you so much for joining me again. I love you all.